You have been waking up the same way for years, maybe with a cup of coffee, maybe skipping breakfast, or maybe just moving through the motions without thinking twice. And that is perfectly understandable. But what if I told you that some of these little habits, the ones that feel so normal, so harmless, might actually be working against your health, your energy, and even your mood, especially now that you are over 60 years old? This is not just another health video filled with tips you will forget tomorrow. This is a warm, honest conversation from someone who genuinely cares. Because after 60, your body begins to speak in whispers. A small ache here, a little more tired than usual, a foggy head that is hard to shake. And if we do not listen to these whispers now, they might turn into something louder down the line. Today, I want to gently walk you through 6 common morning habits that many older women follow every single day. Habits that doctors are quietly begging women over 60 to stop, not to make life harder, but to help you live better. And more importantly, I am going to show you what to do instead. Small, loving changes that can bring more clarity, strength, and calm to your mornings. Because here is the truth. Your morning is not just the start of your day. It is the foundation of your well-being. And the way you treat yourself in the first hour after waking can set the tone for how you feel, think, and move for the rest of the day. Habit 1. Skipping water in the morning. Let me start with a simple but powerful question. What is the very first thing you put into your body after waking up? For many women, especially those over 60, the answer is usually coffee or tea. And I understand why. That warm mug is more than just a drink. It is a ritual, a comfort, maybe even a moment of peace before the day begins. But here is the truth. If you are not drinking a full glass of water first thing in the morning, your body is waking up already at a disadvantage. When we sleep, for 7, sometimes even 8 hours, we are not drinking anything. That means your body goes into a mild state of dehydration overnight. And unlike when we were younger, our sense of thirst becomes less reliable with age. We may not feel thirsty, but our cells are still craving hydration. What does this mean in real terms? Dehydration after 60 can show up in ways you may not expect. Morning headaches, fatigue, slower thinking, dry skin, constipation, even increased joint pain. One study found that even slight dehydration can affect memory, balance, and concentration in older adults. And many women never connect these symptoms to something as simple as not drinking enough water. Now here is something doctors rarely tell you. Drinking coffee before water can actually make dehydration worse. Caffeine is a diuretic, which means it pulls more water out of your body. That first cup of coffee might perk you up for a moment, but it could also be stealing the hydration your body desperately needs to function well. But here is the good news. This habit is one of the easiest to change, and the benefits can be felt quickly. Starting your day with just 1 glass of water, 8 to 12 ounces, can help flush out toxins, jumpstart digestion, and boost energy naturally. Some women even report clearer thinking within 30 minutes of doing this consistently. Want to take it one step further? Add a slice of lemon or a pinch of sea salt to your water. The lemon helps wake up your digestive system, and the sea salt contains trace minerals that improve water absorption, especially helpful if you are prone to leg cramps or low energy in the morning. Here's a simple tip. Place a glass of water on your nightstand before bed. That way, it is the first thing you see when you wake up. You do not have to wait. You do not have to think. Just drink. Let that be your gentle wake-up call before the coffee, the texts, the news, or even the to-do list. Remember, hydration is not about being trendy or perfect. It is about showing your body a small act of love the moment your eyes open. Over time, that small act can lead to fewer aches, more clarity, and a better start to your day. every single day. Habit 2. Checking your phone first thing in the morning. Let me ask you something personal. What is the very first thing you do after opening your eyes in the morning? For many of us, especially in today's world, the answer is check the phone. We reach over, sometimes before we've even sat up in bed, and we start scrolling. Text messages, emails, news headlines, weather updates, maybe even a quick glance at social media. It feels harmless. It feels productive. But here's the truth. That small habit could be quietly robbing you of your peace, your energy, and even your emotional balance for the entire day. You see, when you wake up, your brain is in a vulnerable, sensitive state. It's moving from deep rest into alertness. This is called the alpha state, and it's a sacred window, one where your brain is highly absorbent and your nervous system is still fragile. The first things you feed your mind in this state set the emotional tone for your whole day. Now imagine this. You wake up, and the first thing you see is a stressful news story, a disturbing image, or even a message that brings up tension or worry. Your body reacts, sometimes without you even noticing it. Your heart rate goes up. Your cortisol, which is your stress hormone, spikes. And instead of starting the day feeling calm and grounded, you begin it already overstimulated and anxious. Doctors are seeing more and more older adults, especially women, reporting issues like poor sleep, morning anxiety, low energy, and even sadness that they cannot explain. And when asked about their routines, a surprising number of them admit to checking their phone first thing in the morning. Here's something to consider. Your phone contains other people's lives, other people's problems, and other people's opinions. If you start your day by going straight into that world, you're giving your energy away before you've even had a chance to check in with yourself. But what if you made a different choice? What if the first few moments of your day were reserved just for you? I encourage you to create a simple 15-minute phone-free window when you wake up. That's it. 15 minutes of no screens, no notifications, no outside noise. Instead, use that time to stretch your body, breathe deeply, sip warm water, reflect, or simply sit in stillness. You might be amazed at how differently your body and mind respond. Instead of starting the day in reactive mode, you begin it with intention and clarity. You get to choose what kind of energy enters your space and what kind stays out. Remember, your mornings belong to you, not your inbox, not the headlines, not the scrolling feed. You deserve a peaceful beginning, especially now in this season of life when your time and energy are more precious than ever. Habit 3. Skipping protein in breakfast. Let's talk about breakfast, or maybe the lack of it. Many women I've spoken to say the same thing. I'm just not hungry in the morning. Or, I just have a piece of toast and coffee. That's enough for me. And while skipping a big breakfast might have worked in your younger years, after 60, your body has different needs, and it's quietly asking you to listen. One of the most overlooked nutrients in older women's health is protein, and yet it is one of the most essential, not just for muscle strength, but for bone density, brain clarity, immune function, and energy levels. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass. This condition, called sarcopenia, is common after 60 and can lead to weakness, slower movement, and even increased risk of falls. But here's what most people don't realize. This loss is not inevitable. It can be slowed down, even reversed, with enough quality protein, especially in the morning. Why the morning? Because your body has been fasting overnight. When you wake up, your muscles are like dry sponges, ready to absorb nutrients. Giving your body protein within the first hour of waking helps fuel your metabolism, support muscle repair, and even balance your blood sugar for the rest of the day. Yet so many breakfasts fall short. A plain piece of toast, a banana, maybe a muffin or bowl of cereal. These are high in carbs, low in protein, and they can leave you feeling tired or hungry again within an hour or two. What does a protein-rich breakfast look like? It doesn't have to be complicated. Here are a few easy ideas. 2 eggs with a handful of spinach and a sprinkle of cheese. Greek yogurt with berries and chia seeds. A smoothie with protein powder, almond milk, frozen fruit, and a spoonful of nut butter. Cottage cheese with sliced peaches and walnuts. Even leftovers from dinner like grilled chicken or tofu and veggies can work beautifully. For those who prefer something warm and comforting, you can even stir a scoop of collagen peptides into your morning tea or coffee. It dissolves easily, has no flavor, and adds an extra boost of protein without any fuss. Doctors recommend that older women aim for at least 20 grams of protein in the morning. And while that might sound like a lot, just 2 eggs and a small Greek yogurt gets you there. Remember, breakfast is not just about eating. It's about nourishing. It's about giving your body the fuel it needs to support you, to keep you strong, balanced, and steady throughout the day. You've cared for others your whole life. This small habit is a way to care for you. Habit 4. Negative self-talk in the mirror. Now let's talk about something most people never mention. Something quiet, personal, and deeply powerful. The way you speak to yourself. Specifically, what do you say to yourself when you look in the mirror in the morning? For many women, especially after the age of 60, those first few moments in front of the mirror can be filled with silent criticism. A sigh, a frown, maybe a passing thought like, "Look at these wrinkles," or "I look so tired today," or even worse, "What happened to me?" It happens quickly, almost unconsciously. But over time, those small comments, the ones no one else hears, start to shape how we feel about ourselves. And here's the truth. Our bodies, our faces, our skin, they tell a story. A powerful, beautiful story of everything we've lived through. Every laugh, every tear, every late night comforting a child, every early morning spent taking care of someone else. These lines, these changes, they're not flaws. They're evidence that you've lived, that you're still here. But too often, we look in the mirror and don't see strength. We see what's missing. We compare ourselves to old photos, to other women, to younger versions of who we once were. And we speak to ourselves in ways we would never speak to a friend. That has to change. Because your words, especially the ones you say to yourself, carry energy. And starting your day with harshness, even quiet harshness, can dim your spirit before your day even begins. So, what can you do instead? Begin with awareness. Tomorrow morning, when you see yourself in the mirror, pause. Notice the first words that come to mind. Are they loving? Are they kind? Or are they heavy and critical? Then, gently replace them with something nourishing. You can say something as simple as, "Thank you, body, for carrying me this far. I'm still here. I'm still growing. I may not look the same, but I am wiser than I've ever been. These lines on my face, they're proof that I've smiled, that I've survived." Better yet, write down a morning affirmation and tape it to your mirror. Let it be the first voice you hear each day, a voice that reminds you of your worth, not your age. This isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing compassion over criticism. It's about making peace with the mirror, and more importantly, with the woman looking back at you. You deserve that. Habit 5. Sitting too long after waking up. Let's be honest, mornings can feel stiff. After a full night of lying still, it's perfectly normal to want to ease into the day slowly. Maybe you sit on the edge of the bed for a while, sip your coffee in your favorite chair, or stay curled up under the blanket just a bit longer. There is absolutely nothing wrong with enjoying a peaceful morning. But if sitting becomes the only thing you do for the first 30 minutes or more after waking up, your body may start paying the price in ways that become more noticeable with age. After 60, movement is no longer optional. It's essential. When we stay seated too long after waking, the body's natural circulation remains sluggish. Muscles stay tight, joints stay stiff. And the signals that tell your brain, we're awake, we're alert, we're ready to move, never fully turn on. Over time, this habit can lead to a slower gait, more frequent falls, reduced balance, and even emotional sluggishness. Doctors have found that older adults who stay sedentary in the mornings are more likely to report low energy, mild depression, and slower cognitive performance throughout the day. But here's the hopeful part. The solution is simple, gentle, and completely within your reach. You don't need a gym. You don't need a trainer. You don't even need a lot of time. What your body needs is a signal, a loving cue that says, it's time to wake up now. Just 5 to 10 minutes of light movement in the morning can make a world of difference. Think of it like greeting your body with gratitude. Here are a few ideas. Stand and stretch your arms high above your head, then out to the sides. Roll your shoulders backward and forward. March gently in place for 1 minute while breathing deeply. Do simple leg swings or ankle rolls to ease stiffness. Walk slowly to the window, open the curtains, and let the sunlight touch your skin. If you enjoy music, play a calming or joyful song and sway to the rhythm. If you like nature, step outside barefoot for a moment and feel the earth. The goal is not exercise. The goal is connection. Movement is not about being fit in the traditional sense. It's about honoring the incredible systems inside your body, your heart, your lungs, your muscles, all still working hard for you. So tomorrow morning, before you sit too long or scroll too far, take a moment to move. Even if it's just a few steps or gentle stretches, you're telling your body, I am here, I am present, and I am ready to start this day with life in my limbs and gratitude in my bones. Habit 6. Ignoring quiet spiritual moments. Let's take a breath together. Not a rushed breath, not a distracted one while checking the clock or thinking about the next thing to do, but a real breath, deep, slow, grounding. Because in the quiet space of the morning, before the noise begins, before anyone needs you, there is something sacred waiting. And too often, we miss it. We move straight from sleep to screen, from bed to busyness, without taking even a moment to reconnect with the most important part of ourselves, our spirit. For many women, especially in the second half of life, spirituality becomes more than just belief. It becomes a lifeline, a quiet place to return to, a sense of peace that doesn't depend on circumstances, a soft reminder that no matter what happens today, we are never truly alone. But here's what happens. The world pulls us outward. Tasks, emails, responsibilities, even well-meaning family and friends, they all ask for a piece of us. And unless we intentionally set aside time, that sacred stillness disappears before we even notice it was missing. This habit, skipping over that spiritual moment, may seem harmless, but over time, it drains us. It makes us feel scattered, uncentered, even anxious without knowing why. It leaves our days feeling mechanical when they could have felt meaningful. So what can we do instead? You don't need an hour. You don't need candles or perfect silence. You don't even need to call it spirituality if that word doesn't resonate with you. What matters is that you begin the day with yourself before you give yourself away to the world. Here are a few gentle ways to start. Sit in stillness for just 5 minutes, hands over your heart, breathing slowly. Whisper a prayer, or even just say, "Thank you for this day." Read one sentence from something that lifts your soul, a verse, a poem, a quote. Write down one thing you're grateful for, even if it's small. Step outside, close your eyes, and feel the sun or wind on your skin. The goal isn't to get it right. The goal is to be present, to reconnect, to create a soft landing place for your spirit every single morning. This simple act, done with consistency and intention, can lower blood pressure, calm your nervous system, and gently shift your entire day. It reminds you that no matter what your age, your soul is still vibrant. Your presence still matters. Your peace is still possible. You have earned your mornings. They belong to you. Fill them not just with tasks, but with meaning, a new kind of morning. You've just taken a gentle journey through 6 morning habits, habits that may have felt small or routine, but carry a quiet impact on your body, your mind, and your spirit. And maybe, as you listened, a few of them felt familiar. Maybe you saw yourself in those quiet moments, reaching for coffee before water, scrolling through your phone before saying good morning to yourself, skipping breakfast, or skipping kindness. Here's what I want you to know. With all my heart, it is never too late to choose something different. Not because you need fixing, not because you've done anything wrong, but because you deserve to feel better. You deserve to begin each day with more clarity, more strength, and more peace. The world often forgets the wisdom of women over 60, but here in this space we don't. We honor it. We listen to it. We learn from it. And we protect it. So tomorrow morning, when you wake up, I invite you to do just one thing differently. Drink the water. Say the kind word. Stretch your arms. Feed your body. Quiet your mind. Not because you have to, but because you can. Change doesn't happen in a loud moment. It happens in the soft, steady choices you make each morning. When no one's watching but you, you're not too old. You're not too late. And this chapter of your life, it can be your most empowered one yet. If this message touched you, I hope you'll share it with another woman who needs it. And if you'd like more wisdom, more heart, and more hope, you're always welcome here at Wise Elders Insight. Take care of yourself. And remember, your mornings matter, and so do you.